What is happening out there, everybody? I'm going to do a quick little review. Just picked up an XDM 10 millimeter and 5 1/4. That's the slide right there. And over here I've got my XDM 4.5 inch 45. This used to be a 460 Roland conversion. Those of you guys that don't know what that is, it's basically a 45 on massive amounts of steroids, about a 16th inch longer case. This gun here was typically, well, when it was in its 460 conversion, it was running a 200 grain Lehigh penetrator at 1520 feet per second. Nice big compensator on it. But it's been having some issues with tearing up the guide rod lip. I've contacted Roland. They're sending me out a new guide rod. And we'll maybe figure out what's going on with that. But being I live up here in northwest Montana, grizzly country, wolf country, mountain lion country, all the other big dangerous animals that like to bite things. You know, having a good sidearm that packs a lot of punch is a necessity when we're out hunting, especially archery season, especially this time of year when it's like this. Right now it's 32 degrees, 67% humidity, so it's chilly. My 460's down. Decided to get the 10, especially since it was such a great deal. I've got these two guys apart real quick just to give you some quick basic idea. So the 10 here is on the 45 frame, same thing. Mags are basically the same, except for the dimpling on the 10, which has got this, obviously, because the 10 millimeter is a little bit smaller. So much like the 9 and 40 on the XDM, you've got to have a little bit thinner on the inside, but 15 rounds of 10 millimeter. Pretty much the only difference inside, as you can tell, is the 45 here has got a much wider lip on it for the bigger bullet, and the 10's got a narrower lip. 45 over here has got all kinds of treatments to it. PRP Ultimate Match Trigger, ejector, a few other little odds and ends here and there. This XDM 5 1/4 10 is completely stock, as I just bought it, but I did throw on the grips because I do like those. So I ran a few quick chronos just to see how the 10 is going to react with some ammunition out here, especially in this cold temperature that we're having right now, which is basically what this gun's going to be operating in. Just picked up some 406 ammo, local guys here, 180 grain, full metal jacket, which are these little guys here. They advertise 1050 velocity. Running over my chrono with temps and humidity we're at, I was getting 1200 feet per second average. I think 1195, 1210 was a high one, but pretty much 1200 across the board. Ran some Herders, 180 grain also, full metal jacket, kind of same thing. This guy was hitting 1220 average, 1210, 1230 I think was the highest. And then for giggles, of course, I bought some double tap ammo, 200 grain I believe, hard cast. Yeah, 200 grain hard cast. They say 1300 feet out of the Glock 20. I was only able to get 1260 average. I got a couple 1270s and a couple 1250s, but the 1260 seemed to be pretty consistent. I don't know what spring is in the XDM 10. It definitely feels stiffer. This is my XDM 40, 5 1/4. I'm running a 18-pound spring in it. This one's set up for USPSA. It definitely feels stiffer racking the slide on the 10 than compared to the 40. So I would say at least a 20-pound spring, but for giggles, I threw in my Wolf 22-pound spring, checked ejection pattern, much tighter, right about 3:30, 4 o'clock, throwing them a good 20 feet away, which was pretty consistent with what the Roland was doing, throwing a good 20, 25 feet away with those power levels. But all in all, so far, I'm going to go ahead and break this guy in, have some fun here shooting at the range today just for a little bit, get her going. But yeah, she's nice. Comes with fiber optic sight, and you know, just like the rear, same thing. On this one here, I've got the Dawson little guy, and you can tell it's Dawson's definitely the way to go. I think I'll be probably swapping that out one here. But so that's the new 10. I'm going to put her back together and shoot for a little bit. Other than that, I'll give you some more updates later.